Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Mmm. Mmm. It tastes so good. Tastes so good. So right now we're playing more Diablo 2. Playing with my Necro. Debating to make an Iron Man Necro. I don't know yet if I want to or not. I'm still debating that. I want to do Iron Maiden with Iron Golem. And I found a piece of the Mortal King set. Look at that. Amazing. 2 to War Cries. Gives you Magic Fine. Magic Fine and Gold Fine. Gives you more radius. Amazing. Magic Fine and Gold Fine. So at least gives you a little bit of something. And 2 to War Cries is pretty good. I mean, I really have 2 to all skills. This ain't the best one, obviously. But I think you get 1 to all skills to equip everything. You got natural to resistance and shit. Barbarian pretty much is the big powerhouse character no matter what. And Dimensional Blades are actually really good. Nice. Yeah, I was happy I got my resistance up to this high, and it gets up by 3 now. I really don't like Revive. I'd rather get rid of this, and Revive, and just go into Resistance, and then start bumping up my skills. I mean, Decrepify is really good. But Iron Maiden, I think, might be slightly better. I don't know yet. I don't really need it, though. Revive's not bad. I don't think it's too bad, honestly. Golems are okay. Like, the fire golem's really good. You can't kill fire immune people, which is fine. You have your merc for that. So, but his damage is actually very overcompensating. But he doesn't have a way to... Oh, shit! And the mages aren't too bad. Guys are doing really good. This is Act 5 9 remote. They're not doing too bad, honestly. They're actually kicking everybody's ass. It's just the skeletons are just like such big barriers, and they don't always hit the same skeleton multiple times, so they end up healing. And once they get jumped, they're pretty much fucked. That's why you like mages. Right there, mages just choreograph so much damage because there's... That bill. I really do want to make a barbarian. Pick up my barbarian. Skeletons aren't bad, actually. These are very, very powerful people, honestly. I mean, with might, they take over... They take over almost 500 damage with might. They say Revive's not that bad either. 3 minutes of having neutral characters. Holy shit. And you get so much defense. With Revive, and it lasts only 3 minutes. I think it only lasts. Yeah, it lasts 3 minutes. Now you can get up the life of it with the mastery, but Revive's not really honestly that good. It's good for one level, I would say. Just have a couple extra people. Now you're dealing with a good amount of damage. That's why I'm like a teleport for this, because I've seen teleportation do really good. With a skeleton, what they do is they teleport in, and they teleport out, and they teleport in, and they teleport for a brief moment, and like, they can just really just fucking like go through hell mode and just have one-shot bosses. And you just teleport in, you put the crap on, and bam. If all 10 of your mages hit at, or everybody hits at once. But yeah, still thinking about what happened today. Or yesterday. Late yesterday. With the whole domestic news thing. That and that, how ridiculous it is. Just thinking about like how we're gonna, you know, what's gonna happen in that. I'd say I'm not too worried. I mean, I wish my YouTube was growing a little bit more what it is, but I can't, you know, I can't help it, you know. I just play video games and talk about random shit. Hey, you see how the mages only deal? I'm thinking about getting rid of the mages and just build a fucking gloom. I mean, the biggest thing is get the fire golem up max, because he gets up everybody's damage. So I get the fire golem up max, he gets up, you know, 6% damage, so he'll get, you know, 120% more damage. And like, I don't know, it's just a lot of people use bone. Bone necro's a little bit more because you can use bone armor. Like, when you get up to full bone necro, you're like, because everything in bone, or even poison, like you get poison, you can always get like lower resist. And poison's not that bad. There's very few people are immune to poison. But even still, that's what you have a merc for. No, I mean, that's why it's good to be diverse. And when you play with the sorceress now, you want to have firewall instead of Hydra. Because firewall is easy to get up and warmth is very, very nice. And firewall does enormous amount of fucking damage. But let's see. We'll see when I start to get more skills and shit. So I'm only at 4 over. You know, I could be at 10 over and see what it is like. Because there's not much else to get up besides. I got 39 levels left. I did the Israel quest. You know, I got another 4 sets of skills I can get from Helma. You get 12 extra skills, so it brings you up to 100 and what? 130, 111. So you could pretty much almost get up a perfect almost 6 things. You get up 5 things with some leftovers. So like 5 things would be like skeleton mastery, skeleton, mages. Mages aren't bad. Their damage will go up with skeleton mastery. Or I can get rid of these 2 and translate that into an iron glow. So this will go into iron glow. I mean, I got any weapon, it doesn't really matter. It does take the damage of the weapon and that, but like, he's there to just get hit. Or I get iron golem once, but I have to max it out on that because there's a lot. They make a lot. Look at all this disgust. There's just so much. Like Poison Nova is not bad. Poison we get 1, 2, 3 Poison Nova. You know, when you become bone necro is everything. Bone armor, every single thing you have to get up. Are you gonna have enough time to get? Are you gonna have enough to get everything up? Because everything goes together. So like bone wall, bone prison, bone spirit, and okay, I have to go together. Now, bone armor doesn't go with it. So you do 20 times 15. You add that together. That's no 200. It's 300, 600 absorption right there. So guys, you can put one level in this and just max out these 5. You'll be at level 100 and count the extra skills in that. I guess you put all the extra skills into this. And yeah. That absorbs melee damage. It doesn't absorb other damages. Like, curses themselves are very good. There's all kinds of things. Like, poison is very good. Just like anything else, when you have enough skills on. The problem is, with melee attacks compared to actual hits, like magic hits, especially like Poison Nova is over 2 seconds. Is it amazing to use and fun to use? 100%. It's fucking amazing. But you would have to get a convection merc, which you get that only by having actual rewards, which you can get. You can get a convection merc. He can get up to level like 20. That will have like over 130% or something like that. Reduce stuff, so you'll take 130% more. But overall, Bone Necro is probably the best, honestly. Bone Necro and so many Necros. Maybe an Iron Golem will do good. A Fire Golem does okay. I mean, with amplified damage, you pretty much are really capable of doing a lot of damage. I didn't kill these bastards. There. Stop shooting shit at me. What the fuck? They're not bad, actually. I mean, they're killing these guys rather quick. I mean, with my Merc having a might instead of defensive, it is working a lot better. They're not fucking around at all how much damage they deal. So just to say, if my Skelly's at level, say, 30, which is 6 levels higher now, they're at 147%. So 6 levels higher, you do 6 times that. It'd be 7 times 7 is what, 49? Something like that. Get by 7, but it doesn't get up by 7 right away. Actually, it's after the 5th level. It gets 7, so it's only been getting 7 since it's been getting 7 for 19 levels, which makes more sense because 9 times it would be doing some calculations. We'll go to our handy dandy calculator, big dick calc. So it wasn't 19, it was actually higher, so we'll say 21 times 7. So it was 21, so it's after level 3 gave me 7%. So if I times that, I'm going by levels now, so it's 7 times that equals that. I love using mathematical, so 7 times 21. So say 6 levels from that would be 7 times. It'd be 189%. So then as we do the calculations of what damage they take, and then they take 54. Okay, so you do It would be times by 54 because it's a percent. So it would have to be a percent. So what would be a percent? So it's 189%. So I don't think I can do percents in here, can I? Probably should be able to. There it is. 189% plus. They'd be plus. No, that would be times. What? Times. So to be. I can do this, right? So it was 21 was the max. So if I got up to level 30 after this is 24. So if it's 94. It says 156. That's not up, right? I put in the percent. They say they take 215, but they're not actually taking that much, are they? Okay, it does say that. It says improves missile damage. Okay. Yeah. So it's 59. Let's say 54 times 2. It's 108. So 54, so 100% is 2. Oh, let's say we'll get the 200%. How much would it take to get the 2%? So it would be 25. So I say 30 times 7. 210. So to be able to get up to 200%, be 30 times 29. Close to the 200% mark. So we'll put that in. 29 times 7 is 203. So then we could do 203. Then you gotta count this going up too. So it's gonna even out. So say if it's even out at 24, because I got that match thing gives me 3, so it'll still be at 24. So I'll have. Say if it's at 25. So 25 would be. I don't know how much less it would be. I think it's 2. Yeah, it'd be 2. That's right, it's 2. So I just minus by 4, so it'd be 50. So then it's 50 times 3. It should be 150. Because percentages go up based upon. Why? I don't understand why the damage is like that. Fuck, it's already morning time. It's fucking almost 6 o'clock. I'm pretty wide awake right now. I'm probably not gonna go to sleep till a little bit later. Fuck, I don't know. These calculations don't even make any fucking damn sense. It says the damage is at. Now, quote, rising skeletons gives their own damage without having that. So that is not actually. It's not actually correct at all. So I have to minus. So the first 2 levels, 3 levels, on level 4, that's when you get 7%. So that's why the calculations are right, because it's actually more than that. So it's not 54 times that percent. It's more or less like, let's say 75 times 3, 125. That's about a little bit more on the correct side of 75, but it could be more. Now I'm calculating about 200%, not calculating about that, because I'm calculating on a little bit different scale. I'm trying to get up to silver scale. So let's try 90. 270 So it'd be 270, so it'd be almost 300. Here's scouts that do a lot of damage. I mean, I understand that compared to a barbarian with a breath of a dying, obviously, hell no, there's not gonna be any comparison. Breath of dying, you'd be taking over like 10, 15,000 per fucking hit. Your damage would be catastrophic, way too fucking high. Same thing with a paladin. There it is. Okay, it goes up by 2% now. It's fine. Yeah, the mages die really fucking fast. Now, I'm not pairing up the Assassin yet. Assassin is a really fun character to play with. But Assassin is very, well, Trap Assassin, but Martial Arts Assassins are very tedious to play with. A lot of button pressing in your old fucking damn place and shit. It's kind of annoying, actually. Not holes. 6 o'clock already, baby. Yeah, my clock's set till 6 o'clock, so I know it's 6 o'clock. And I'm not going to bed. I woke up. I'm pretty alert right now. I have to say, I'm rather happy that my dad's gone, though. I'm rather happy that this stuff's gonna happen. Maybe he'll get a better life. I don't fucking know. I can't say I really give a shit because he did it to himself. But I will have to say, I pray to God, and I hope he goes through the psychiatric help that he needs to have the life that he wants to have. Instead of being all torn up and all ridiculed and thinking that he's not anything. But you know what? That's how a lot of people are. A lot of people do that. They torment themselves. They kill themselves over stupid shit. Whatever. You do what the fuck you want to do. I'm still rocking, man. I'm still beating the fuck out of people. I mean, this ain't Players 8. Obviously, in Players 8, I get my ass kicked. But I don't know if skeletons get stronger in Player 8 too. If they just get more life and defense, which I think they do. I think they replicate by how much. Yeah, because. I don't think enemies actually get 8 times stronger, as in they get more life. They're harder to kill, but I think their damage is still the same. I think their damage always stays the same. Their experience is good. I'd say I really do want to play with my my barbarian since I have all that shit for him. I know he's gonna be a powerhouse. Oh, shit's so good. Yeah, when oh fuck, they killed him. That's not good. They're dying, there's just so many of them. He's scattered around like a bunch of fucking assholes. So yeah, my skeletons survived all that shit because they're elemental. They have so much damage reduction because they're elemental. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But this guy has like 75% resistance. Almost everything, and he dies like instantly. I'm gonna calculate his might right now. I could just look it up online, but that's stupid. Okay, what does he got? He's got 5 to 25. So he's got 5 to 25 of that, so... Okay. There's so many of these guys. Yeah, nice asses. Hopefully today will go good, and we'll see what happens. I think the worst is over with. You know, it was a little nerve-wracking. I fucking woke up to this shit, okay? It was like... It was 10 o'clock at night when I called the cops on my dad because he was being a fucking piece of shit fucking person. And like... I'm sitting there like sleeping, waking up to this shit around about 8 or 9, close to 9 o'clock. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why the hell is this happening? I'm being kind of fucking nerve-wracked. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I let them talk, and then they were talking peaceful at first. The argument was a little peaceful, and then it uproared into a big old fucking domestic dispute, and then all of a sudden my mom comes downstairs like hyperventilating and trying to control herself while my dad was just pretending like nothing fucking happened. And then comes downstairs and tries to manipulate me to believe that she got her face hurt because of a piece of plastic that she threw at him to get him the fuck off because he slapped her in the fucking face, and trying to say, oh, you fell on that, and saying this fucking bullshit lie, and like made this fucking ridiculous notion saying that and like, I hate to say it though, when you're an aggressive male and you think that domination is with power, shut the fuck. Your domination is sucking big old fat cock, dude. You have no idea. You people that have that sort of mentality can go fuck themselves. They're the trash of the fucking world, and everyone knows that they are. So fucking trashy, so fucking annoying, just a bunch of big old fucking yellowback fucking dickheads. You're sitting around all day just believing this crap that men are overpowered women. Yeah. What's so funny is men obsess about women, okay? God, there's so many of these for you guys. I'm happy I got up my resistance. These guys would have fucked my dudes up. I wonder if I can get close to 100% resistance so they don't have to fuck with them. Yes, this is a Nitro mode and Hell mode that, but I don't think they lose resistance. I don't think they lose resistance at all. I think you can get the resistance up to 100%. I can look it up to see if anything is like that with skeleton mages. How powerful are skeleton... Fuck. How powerful are skeleton necros in Diablo 2? necromancers. Oh, they're talking about Diablo. So basically what I'm getting at, if you get a might mark and you get a concentration or put a beast on, which you can give your merc a beast, it gives them a Ura. I think you give them a beast. You can give a concentration on. The damage like tenfold. Why is there so many fucking dudes there? There's so many sirens in here. It is fucking stupidly fucking like retarded. Oh my gosh, so many of them. They're not really hard to kill, there's just fucking like 10 or 20 of them just sitting there. But yeah, we'll see what happens today. I know he's probably gonna end up calling up my brother Brandon, and my brother's just gonna be like, "No, I'm not picking up," because he's gonna act like someone's gonna pick him up from jail. He's got that one of his friends pick him up because I don't think my brother's gonna pick him up. I had to say it though, the dude fucked up. You know, he's an idiot. He did something wrong, and now he's trying to make it look like that's not wrong. There's usual stuff and that's like, dude, you're an idiot. Stop. Don't make up bullshit excuses. No one really. I always like to tell people, man, stop making up excuses. Stop making up fucking excuses. Please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. Stop making up excuses. You know, I done that the bulk of my life, and then I have to say, it's stupid. It's dead fucking stupid. See how much life that thing has? That bitch been getting hit the whole entire time. Get in there, guys. Shred these bitches. Yeah.
Here.
It's cold. Yeah, if I can get the full set, I can do Helmo Magic Fire runs if I choose to, but I do need to So far, so good. I'm not having much problems. I mean, I'm pretty good right now. I'm in Act 5. Like, I'm halfway through, I guess. My exit out actually sent no temples. I do want to get my barbarian, but I'm a little skeptical about doing shit like that because I think I'm gonna get off right now. I want to try and get some sleep. I'm starting to get tired. Not too bad. Good little run. 40 minutes. Whatever. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my little talk and that, my little playthrough, playing with my Necro and that. I understand, you know, right now it's a hard time for quite a few people in that, if not everybody, going through, you know, certain, especially where you certain places like that. Like I live in a blue district because we're going to do this. We're going to do this right now. I live in a blue district and they're trying to mandate masking again. They're trying to lock us down again. And I refuse to wear a mask. I only wear a mask when I actually really fucking need to. But most of the times it's just because, you know, people don't care, but also people don't fucking give a shit. My main thing is, you know, I do work at a fast food restaurant. So I'm around greasy ass shit all day. And everyone else wears a mask because they think, oh, they're going to get in trouble with that. Well, whatever. They can't fire you for it. They can try to, but then you could just sue the corporate of fucking going against, you know, natural things like breathing. So the limit your breathing with the mask is fucking horrible. You literally breathe like, I think it's like you breathe like 10 or 15% less wearing a mask. And oxygen is what keeps you going. So breathing is what keeps you not dead. So going to get your life anyway. But wearing that stupid fucking mask for almost 8 fucking hours. I understand if you're going to the store and you're wearing it. I understand if you're breathing shallow and you're working in a fine store and you're not super hot and sweaty in that. Fuck it. I'm next to a girl all day. I got the fumes blowing to my fucking damn face. Yes, it greases up my fucking mask. So whenever I wear it, I'm breathing in, constantly breathing in fucking moisture. And I thought I was going to get fucking emphysema from this shit. Just from like doing that for like 20, 30 minutes. I was feeling the moisture. I was like coughing a little bit in that because I was like, oh, it's COVID. And then I ain't got COVID because masks don't fucking work. Masks work when you are sick, not when you're not fucking sick, okay? So that's why a lot of people in the hospitals, patients wear masks because they can't cover up their mouths because they're incapacitated or they're too weak to do it, so they put on masks. They'll put on the breathing things. When they cough, they'll cough into it, and they breathe in the oxygen in that. That's the biggest thing. I don't know how people don't realize that. I mean, honestly, just how it is. It has nothing to do with COVID. It has nothing to do with all political stuff. All I'm saying is the blue side of the fucking political spectrum as of right now. Yes, this is political right now. Is trying to lock us all down again. And there's going to be massive fucking lawsuits. Once again, the city, county of St. Louis and other regions that are blue are all going to get fucking sued once again. Or people are just going to move and work someplace else. But I'm not saying that they're locking down stuff. No, they're not. Obviously, they're not going to do it again because, well, they can't. Because people are going to uprise and they're not going to want it. They're losing so much constituents. This next election for Congress is going to be a landslide on the red side. 100%. They've been talking about it. They all been talking about it. They're trying to say, oh, it's because of, you know, this and that. Like, well, you guys do whatever you choose to do, too. So when it comes down to this stuff, I don't believe that people should be controlled. I think you put your life in your own risk. It says it in our Constitution, you know, if you step outside your house, your life's at your own risk. You have laws that govern us, but if it's a health thing, if you don't want to do something like wear a mask because you think or you believe that and you know that or whatever that is, it doesn't work that well. And there's other cautionable things like breathing less, having a chance of getting something that's worse than COVID. Like pneumonia, emphysema, all kinds of other things. I mean, there's an enormous chance if you wear that throughout the weeks, people have been caught with getting that shit. And that's the first thing I say. I don't give a shit if district man My GM walks in and says, "Why aren't you wearing your mask?" It's like, I don't want to get pneumonia. It's like, I have a breathing issue with this mask. I don't like doing it. When no one says, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. I care about myself. I'm like, I work. We just start wearing masks. You know, if Sherry comes in and says, I'll say the same thing to her. I'll get a fucking doctor note. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm like, I'm defending myself. This is that's what it is. I'm defending myself. I don't give a shit what anybody says. This is my life at stake. It's my choice to do what I want to do with my life. So if someone comes in and saying, well, you have to do this because it's a mandatory thing to work this place, but 4 days ago we didn't have to, but now we have to. Someone needs to fight. So someone higher up in my job, probably the president or whatever of the job, needs to get his game together and fight for our fucking rights because we don't have to wear it because it's going to cause more fucking problems. And I understand it's not bad when you're sitting there and you're relaxed. You know, having a mask on, if you can breathe with the mask on, you're relaxed. You're not super hyperventilating that. I understand. But at some points at most jobs, you're going to hyperventilate. That mask's going to make you fucking dizzy. You're going to feel lightheaded because you're not breathing. My breathing is way more than that fucking COVID would ever fucking be to get me fucking dead. I get it again right fucking now and sneeze it out my fucking ass like I did the first time. Which I mean shitting it out my ass. This shit's blown out of proportion. I'm not doing this because of the political thing. Only why I'm saying the blue side's doing it because they're the ones that are doing it. No other county that is red is doing it right now. Only the blue counties are doing it. No red counties are going to do it. Our governor's not going to do it. Our governor's going to postpone it, and he's going to do it again. He's going to go out there and say, no, you can't do it. Stop. But you already have other people sitting there and leaving all kinds of fucking states and that. Leaving, leaving California in droves. Leaving, New York in droves. There's like thousands of people leaving. They're leaving so much, they're literally giving other states more House seats. I just think if they ask why they try to survive, so that's survive most of that. Because in here, there's nothing that comes in here. But yeah, that's a condescending thing. And people don't realize that. People don't see it. That's a problem. I see it's a problem because it's against my own fucking constitutional rights. Every other country has rights, but we have a hell of a lot more rights and freedoms. I mean, I'm a streamer, so I talk to people from pretty much from different parts of the world. And they don't have freedom of speech. They can't say what they want to say. They get hindered and not put under arrest. Now, if you're aggressive towards someone, more or less, no. If I go over there, someone comes on here and makes fun of me and that, and says, well, you're a fucking idiot and that, it's freedom of speech. I'm like, you say what the hell you want to say. It doesn't mean I have to listen to you. It doesn't mean that it bothers me, because it doesn't. It's just like what happened with my dad, yesterday and that, when he did, that domestic abuse and all that, when he, hit my mom and all that stuff and that. It was his choice to do it. And he did it because he's a baby. He did it because he thought that it was right. And I told him that, he didn't say nothing to me and that other than when he came downstairs, which was a fucking joke. He tried to manipulate me right in front of my mom. She was sitting there crying. She had a fucking mark on her fucking around her eye. She was sitting there crying, and she was having, her stroke symptoms were coming back. And this motherfucker has the grace to not give two flying fucks. These are the people. These are the people that are fucking over society because they're so fucking stupid. And these people are more or less on both sides of the political spectrum. But that they're just fucking lunacy. So the political spectrum doesn't, make you think one way or another. There's people that are just fucking stupid. They believe stuff too much without thinking with their own mind. You gotta think with your own head. Okay, is this right? I see Dr. Fauci on fucking YouTube talking to other creators, saying all about the vaccine, and everyone like Dr. Fauci. Fuck you, you piece of shit, lying ass whore. So I hope you get your fucking head chopped off, dude. You literally killed thousands of people because of your bullshit saying, making up shit, top your fucking thing, saying masks work, masks don't work, masks do work, masks don't work. You're going the fucking Fauci way of like a goddamn yo-yo going up and down. You're saying all this stuff and that, and you're getting manipulated, which you probably are getting manipulated, but you're still treason. Stupid ass. Oh my god. They're gonna pull this stuff. They're gonna pull it. And about like to know, whatever. This is my own belief that Dr. Fauci got caught lying. Everyone should see that. If you do your own research, that you can see that he's done it multiple times. But I don't think it was him. I think it was the narrative altogether. And it blows my mind that people want to believe this stuff. I'm like, I understand you can believe it, but don't you want to know why they're saying it? Don't ask the fucking damn questions anymore. Why, when, what, where, why, how, fucking bullshit, blowjob, cocksucker, whatever it is. Don't you want to know the reasons why these things are happening? Don't you want to know that how Neil deGrasse Tyson's like a fucking actor in a movie? He's on a shit ton of shows. He's a damn scientist. He's not a fucking actor. Why is he on shows? Why does he have fucking $1 million fucking shows? Think about it. It's a damn narrative. They got someone that's cool and jazzy. He does all this hand music and stuff. He does all this stuff. But he won't debate people that know more than him about the fucking place that we live in because he already knows. He won't debate any flat earther because everyone thinks flat earth is fucking ridiculous, but flat earth actually makes more comical sense. You know why? Because our creator made a paradise, and you guys are stupid to think that we're floating through space. You don't believe that we're created with purpose. You believe we're created with no purpose. You believe, you don't know. I know I was created with purpose because I know I'm a genius. I know I'm enlightened. I know I love myself and I love people around me. I don't mind giving knowledge, even if it's a small amount of knowledge that. Jumping on board with this stuff at first, I didn't believe it at all. It was funny because it was from one of my exes and he was a piece of shit. Yeah, I dated a guy for a brief moment that he was a piece of shit, but he told the truth. Because he read the Bible and that a lot, and he knew what the Bible stated. This shit's fucking true. I'm not saying all the Bible's true, but the first, how the planes got created, it's easy. He created two firmaments. One from the bottom, one to the top. And there's oceans in between both firmaments. So you got the ocean, firmament, ocean. We're coming around an ocean. That's why they would say ocean of stars. They say, oh, well, because it's many. You could say many stars. Ocean sounds cooler, though. They say ocean of stars because it's literally what it is. The fucking ocean. A vibration of water that creates the lights in the sky. Because of the firmament. That's all that is. And that's what I'm learning. And that's what people should be looking at. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter if you think it's right or wrong. Just look at it. Absorb the knowledge. People get so hindered. People get so hindered by this. We don't even know why we're fucking here. Well, I do. I know why I'm here. I already know why I'm here. Because I'm here. I got a big brain. I got knowledge to absorb. I'm here because it's time to get together and learn together. People say, oh, you only learn in school. You learn nothing in school. You learn absolutely fucking nothing in school. It's a narrative. They teach you what they're supposed to teach you to swing your narrative to make you believe in the things they want you to believe in. It's called a cult. It's a fucking religion. And that's why they always want you to go to school. Because after college, you learn more nonsense. Like, if you want to learn something about the human body, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of textbooks and that show you how the body works. But they don't show you where you come from. They say, well, we still don't know because evolution, evolution is a fucking theory. It still is a theory. It never will be completed because it doesn't work like that. We were fucking created. This is our paradise, our paradigm, or whatever it is. We have our choices to make. However far we sin, or however far we do good. No, it's all about sins. So, the less you sin, the more productive a life you're going to have. That's not even a religious thing. That's literally how life is. The less you sin, the more productive life that you have. Now, I understand certain sins are a little bit more wonky than that, but I say the worst sin I would have to say is wrath and greed. Gluttony is an up and down situation. Greed and wrath are probably the worst sins. And of course, they got pride and envy and stuff like that. But they're not the sins that everybody goes by, more or less. Because the three sins are probably greed, wrath, which is emotional attachments, and very high anger and that you always think of negative thoughts about people, basically. And then gluttony is up and down too, because not everyone is ridiculously like eating shit all the damn time. It's basically about balance. Now, I believe gluttony's not that bad of a sin compared to wrath. Wrath is horrible. And greed can be bad. But it's a balance. God or Jesus, whoever stated these, things, never stated that we're supposed to be perfect. Never, ever, 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 ever. Jesus said in the book, say you thrive for perfectionist, as you thrive to be a better person. You thrive to know the realization of the world. You thrive to know yourself and others around you. That's all it is. That's all it ever is. So if you'll say, you think people that assume they know everything always tell people that are smarter than them, you think you know everything. But I know more than you. In a certain situation, I do. I'm saying this right now. I know more than probably majority of people in this world do. In certain things, I do. Now, if you're open-minded and you understand the gist of it, you'll say, I agree with you. Which quite a few people do. I talk to them about stuff and that. They'll say, that makes sense. I agree with you. You know what that is? They're learning. They're understanding the situation. They use it in their own lives. You'd be surprised how much you can help someone out if you give them the right to sight, to be able to see how life really is through their own eyes. They'll grow their own knowledge. I tell people, if you want to learn how people are, people watch. Go sit down at go sit down in the mall and just watch people. Watch people talk. Watch people react. You'll see all kinds of emotional transactions. You'll see love. You'll see hate. You'll see, you'll see all these things in that. Maybe not to a certain extent of someone getting their ass killed, but jealousy is a hatred. Jealousy is a very heavy thing that people get by. And no one actually, because people are like, I want to be everything. You can't. You can't. If you're a girl with small boobs, you can get bigger tits. If that's what you think that makes you feel better, do it. If you're a guy with a little dick, get a big old horse dick on you. If you think that's what makes you feel better, then do it. Is it really? No, you'll get bored of it. Then you'll get too much attraction. Then you get too much attention. And then what happens is you get all this attention and shit, guess what happens? Every single time, you get bored of it, you get annoyed of it. It's like everyone that's broke wants to be rich. Everyone that's rich wants to be left alone. But they can't be left alone. Why? Because they're rich. Everyone changes when you have too much of something. Too much knowledge. I have too much knowledge. I know too much about the emotional psyche of a human being. I know too much. Just too much. I've been studying it. I know so much I can literally in a certain percentage tile that I can predict what people do, predict how they think, because the scenarios of emotions add up just that perfect. That's too much knowledge. Why do I want to read people's predictions? Why do I want to say, oh yeah, you like me in that, you want to suck me off, or you want to, you're sexually attracted because I can see that you like bend over and look at me in a certain way to try to get me attracted to you. Obviously, you want me to fuck you. I mean, them are signs that everybody does. Them are signs that people can figure out really quickly. Yeah, I agree. I can't say no to it. I just want to know. I just want people that watch this, just open your eyes to the world. Not everything's black and white. There's a shit ton of gray, which is the balance. I know a lot of people on YouTube that don't like watching, talk stuff and that, because they don't want to learn anything. What else do you have to do with your life other than entertainment and work is to learn. People that will work at the same job, just to say people that watch me are from like 20-something to 40. People in their 40s or 30s or, early, say mid-20s, and they all been working a job, say, since they were 16. You have nothing else to do. You already know your job. Most of them already have a big career. They're making, 70, 80,000, 100,000 a year, or whatever it is. Maybe they're smart with their money that before they left their parents' house, they saved up 10 or 20 grand, they invested it. And now they have millions of dollars. Or at least hundreds of thousands of dollars so they can maintain their little, like, group of fun, imaginative thing. I know. I wish I was like the rest of you guys. I wish I could be in an imaginary world playing Dungeons and Dragons with friends and rolling fucking dice, honestly. Discovering dungeons and chests and getting in traps and fucking my hot-ass elf wife. Riding her fucking tight little ass on the ground with those big-ass elf titties and enjoying it. But someone needs to learn this shit. And someone needs to at least project it in some way or another. It sucks. People stop learning. They think learning is only for school. And I'm being dead fucking serious. I noticed that if you don't thrive to learn, you will stop learning. If you think it's for a job, or you think it's for a promotion, or you think it's for like something to make more money with, you'll learn it. If it has to do with more money, you'll learn it. I'm learning this shit with my own cost, which means my knowledge is never going to stop growing. That means I'm going to get more intelligent. I'm going to get so bored of life that I'm going to be sitting here like predicting everything on the fucking planet. And then I'm going to fucking die. And whoever I throw this knowledge out to that's going to learn it, and they're going to throw knowledge out to, you're never going to be as knowledgeable as me. Because of all, you can be, but it's just the way I am. That's how I'm made. People think being smart is memorizing shit. I think being smart is to realize where the fuck you're at. To realize who you are. To realize who people are altogether. You can count your 2s and ABCs and all that fucking shit, and no calculus and algebra and all this other crap and that geometry and high advanced mathematics. Does it make you smart? No. Because you know something that's not important. Knowing the mathematics might give you a slight advantage with certain qualities of life. But learning how emotions work gives you all the advantages. Because with emotions, you have all the power in the world. Because people thrive on emotions. They thrive on it so much. So when you're like me and you know so much about it, you can manipulate every single fucking thing you do. You can manipulate everything. Now, is manipulation bad? In some senses, yeah. Obviously, manipulations come down to certain things and that. Now, I'm not trying to say, like, oh, I'm a great guy. No, I am a great guy, but like what I'm saying is I'm not telling people not who I am. I tell people who I am. It's just situations, the time, the air around us can be manipulated. I've done it so many times before. I've manipulated a whole area before and not even notice it. Not even notice it. I'll look at a situation. There's always ways of looking at it. So, like the domestic abuse that happened with my mom and that. I looked at the situation. I do what I do. I call the cops and that. And, like, I had to give names, all that stuff and that. The patrol car came up in, like, a minute. They were up here. There was 2 cops. And also there's 3 or 4 cops. They had, like, 4 cops outside. They had a criminal person come up to. They had, my mom went into the fire truck or the ambulance. I think it was the fire truck. There's a little back part of the fire truck you can go into. And they, this whole thing happened that. And I manipulate the whole situation. I waited for this to happen for a very long time. And I'm not saying that I did it. There's different scenarios that could have happened that I try to look at it from all perspectives. So I try to help my dad. I try to say, you know what? Maybe you need to believe that you're wrong. Maybe you need to know that you're wrong. Not believe that you're wrong. You need to know that you're wrong because that's how you get better. People are fucking wrong, okay? If you're not wrong, then if you're not right, then you have to be wrong. But if you're wrong, that doesn't mean you have to be right. So, like, when people are normally wrong, there's a % chance of being wrong, as in the percentage of knowledge. So, but when it comes down to believing people and you are 100% wrong and the other person 100% right, because normally that's how it is with trust, more or less likely you're going to be, wrong or right situation. Now it comes down to knowledge and knowing something, not about like personal things or trust them. When it comes down to like 2 plus 2 is 4, and someone else is like, I thought it was 4, but I was assuming that it was 5. Obviously, everyone knows 2 plus 2 is 4. What I'm saying at the accusations of it, you're partially right. So when you're partially right in that, that's a learning curve. That means you can learn that to be right. You're partially wrong. But someone's always right. There's always things to be right with. If there's enough proof and evidence, you're right. But when someone tells you something that they personally did, and they know they did it, they're 100% right. So if someone else says, no, you didn't do that, they're 100% wrong. Unless they have enough evidence and proof saying that you didn't do that, then more or less, they're pretty much 100% wrong. As in, if they have enough evidence, then the percentages change. But most of the times, it's not how it goes down. So that's how you have to look at life. So what happened yesterday with my mom and that with my dad? Honestly, my dad was 100% fucking wrong. He was talking to the cops that trying to be like, oh, there's nothing wrong in that. And as soon as the cop came in, and I was there too, I pointed at my mom's, eye, and I was like, yeah, he did it. Then all of a sudden, he went outside. He's like, yeah. It's like, cuff him. They cuffed his ass. He acted like nothing was wrong. This is the manipulation that goes on in people's heads that do for so long, where they don't know how to control it. He believes everything's fine. And now he's panicking because he's scared now because he didn't think that he was going to put it underneath the rest. He thought everything was going to smooth over, and that was what I did. I used this little time capsule that happened. I manipulated it in a way that it worked in my favor, because it always fucking does when you can see it from afar. So as I was sitting downstairs, I heard the argument that it was very soft and calm. I thought I was going to relax. I was going to go to bed again. And then all of a sudden I got more aggressive than that. And then all of a sudden the big old commotion went up in that. And this is the biggest problem, when people that have a wrath sin in them, as in they're very angry in that, they don't like to be wrong, when they get wrong enough and they know that they're fucking wrong, they know that they've lied, they attack. They attack because they don't want to be fucking wrong, and they attack. So what came down to it, My dad pushed my mom. My mom kicked him away with his legs. And then my dad fucking smacked her. And then as my mom was going downstairs, she grabbed like a thing and threw some stuff at her. Right when she went downstairs, my dad grabbed an orange and hit the back of her head with it. And they're married for like 36 years. We're just telling you there's something wrong with this man. These are the kind of people that if they don't change, I hate to say it, you need to be put down like a rabid dog. Because you have no reason to live when you have no reason to change. And you don't have no reason to change, and you keep doing these accusations over and over and over again. Yes, it's not for me to judge. It's not for me to say you need to be dead or not. But I could surely say it because it is, my own personal belief. I believe when people constantly make issues, throwing in prison is not good enough. Because they're going to go out again, they're going to do it again. And next time could be more aggressive. And that's one thing I'm going to say when stuff happens that. And, before he gets out of jail and that, obviously they're going to call my mom. I'm sure they will. And they're going to say, well, okay, he's got his stuff and that. I think someone's going to pick him up and when. They're probably going to ask for police, thing. I'm like, yeah, I want the police here. I don't want him in the fucking house. I do not trust him. And I don't want him getting his guns either. That's specifically the thing that I would say. I don't want him to touch his fucking guns. If you guys want to come in here and grab his guns and that and take him out, that's fine. But I do not want him touching the guns. Because more or less likely chance if something does happen, he'll end up being stupid enough and be dumb like that. Because, it doesn't matter if it doesn't happen or not. More or less chances of happening. And that's what I say. So I do not feel comfortable with him. Because if he does that, he can hurt me or he can hurt my son. He ain't going to hurt me because I'm a fucking boss. But still, is this really necessary? And why am I talking about this when very small percentage of people act like this? But what's the reason I act like this? I asked my father this. I said, "Why you married the mom then? Why do you do these things towards someone that you love?" And he ignored it 100%. What's love have to do with this? Everything. So you don't care about nothing that happens to her. Well, good. I don't give a fuck about you, and I never fucking will. You made my blessing happen. Your blessing was to have me and your 2 other sons. After that, you were done. That was your job. Because nothing else you did was good. Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. I know a lot of people out there that have semi-bad parents, or really bad parents. It is ridiculous. And I understand that it's hard, but I've been through it. I tried to kill myself, so I went to deal with the shit. I kept pushing through. I pushed through. And as of today, more, when I think about that time that I had to push through all this abuse and that, once when this goes away, it's like living in paradise. And it will. So after today, when all this shit gets said and done, he knows he got caught. He may not get charges pressed against him. At least not actual charges, but I'm sure if the cops wanted to, they could. I'm sure that they would probably, tell him to get psychiatric fucking help. And they'll set him up with the state. But as my mom said, and she told the police officers that, when they were at Mercy, South, where at the hospital and that, because she had to get a checkup and that, because of what happened. She told him flat out, I don't want him in the fucking house. So, since it just happened that, more or less, I'm hopefully... Because the only reason why it has to happen like this, because the only way I can deal with it is by putting him down. By forcing him out of the fucking house. By beating the fuck out of him, get him out of the house. That's not suffering. People might think it is. It's not suffering. Suffering is humiliation. Because people that pretend they're someone else, which a lot of people do, to a certain extent you pretend, obviously, because you pick up potential things like word phrases and that from other people because that's how you learn. But your own personality is the way it is, the way you act in that, and what you're really excited about in that, like favorite foods and that. But most times people are pretty similar. But this, the act of thinking that I do nothing wrong, everyone else does everything wrong around me, is the worst act. Even with proof and evidence, people just don't believe it. Like, no, I do nothing wrong. I can understand about looks. I'm a sexy guy. I'm beautiful. Got a beautiful face, beautiful smile, got decent arms and that. I'm working on my pecs now. I'm trying to get my body in good shape. I think I'm very sexy. Ain't no damn model, but I have to say I'm good looking enough to get a lot of girls like me. And I can prove the facts, because I get hit on quite a bit. But all I'm to say is about this stupid patch of shit that just happened, is that when you don't believe that you do anything wrong, you more or less likely do everything fucking wrong. Or you do more wrong than what you do right. So, like, the translation of this whole domestic, abuse thing that happened yesterday, it all translates to do because my dad is a pathological liar. He manipulates people to believe him 100%, to say that you have to believe me because I said it. And he sat there, just like I said before, when he came downstairs, my mom was almost about to have a fucking damn stroke and shit. He didn't even fucking care at all. Like, he was just like, whatever, bitch, I won. I already called the cops and that. It took about a minute or so. He came downstairs and that, and I told him, I'm calling the cops. And he went upstairs and he started like struggling and shit. He started like panicking that. And as I went upstairs and that, he was already outside waiting. And the cops came in. I walked outside there and he was just mumbling a bunch of shit and that, and saying all this crap. And I act like he's all, well, I appreciate that. He's like trying to be such a big suck ass of a fucking asshole. Basically sucking the cop's dick. He was sitting there like telling him all this bullshit. And some of it wasn't even a lie. It's just how he was saying it. Like, you're saying that we're going to see counseling that. Well, now you're going to see counseling that, and now you're going to possibly get charges pressed against you. Unless you obey certain things, because there's so many out. I think there's so many weeks, or I think it's like a week or so before you could press charges against someone or something like that over certain things. I don't know how long it is, but it might be a little bit longer. I have to look that up. Let's see what it is. How much time do you have to press charges against someone?
According to all law, how much time does the prosecutor have to file charges? If the suspect is in custody, prosecutors generally must file charges within 48 to 72 hours of the arrest.
Okay, so this is... Well, this is prosecutors that say no. How much time do you have to do fucking do this shit? If it is 48 to 72 hours. Still got 48 to 72 hours. I don't think it's that. I think it might be a little bit less. I think it's going to be that. I don't know if my mom should do it, but I think my mom's going to use that as leverage to tell him, it's like, I don't want to ruin your life because I know if you get this felony, he won't be able to get the job that he wants to get. Because these people do a lot of background checks, and now once when you get a felony in that, it's going to pop up it's going to pop up right away in that, and he ain't going to be able to work fucking anywhere. Not for 5 to 7 years. Normally at 5 to 7 years, normally shit gets dropped or whatever it might be. But even still, if he files that, he'll do prison time. He'll do a normal prison time of whatever, how many months or a year or whatever. He'll go to fucking prison for domestic abuse. 100%. Especially if it's a continuation of it and you're threatening someone's life. Most people aren't that fucking stupid, but some people are that fucking stupid. Some people are really fucking dumb. That's just what it is. It's a bit ridiculous, honestly. It's really ridiculous. Not. It's very sad too. I haven't got any subscribers in the longest fucking damn time. Yeah, I haven't got any subscribers. Well, I don't have a bunch of shit and that on my stuff. Oh, I want to watch the Spider-Man one. I need to watch that one. Yeah, this one's got some fat tits on her. I love looking up girls and that to see like how many fucking people watch these big titty YouTubers. These chicks with these big old tits talk about sexual shit and that. They don't get censored, but people that talk about flat Earth and talk about fucking like the government and that political like Trump or the red side and that get fucking censored. But you got these fucking women on there with their big tits flopping around, talking about sexual favors and taking in the ass and that. That's okay for kids. That's what they talk about. They talk about sexual favors, about masturbating. And oh my god, I like taking it in my ass. I will watch videos and pause and jack off and be done with it. I'll give them a view for being good looking because they deserve it. I'm not going to listen to your stupid fucking rambling and worship you like a princess. Sorry, darling, because you ain't worth the fucking princess card. You can go fuck yourself, please. But yeah, I'm getting off. I'm going to go lay down that. Probably get about a couple of hours sleep and see what happens because I got shit I got to do tomorrow. About 4. I don't know what time my dad's coming home, but hopefully he'll come home. Maybe not morning. He'll probably come home. I don't know. It's almost 7 o'clock. They're probably going to give him a call before he gets a taxi or whatever before he comes home. Because they're going to give my mom a call. So anyway, we'll see what happens. I think the leverage is, since mom's got about 48 hours or so to be able to sit there, I think it's like 2 to 3 days after the charge, which pretty much just happened. So we still got a couple of days in that. We've got at least till Friday in that to be able to sit there, a little bit past Friday, to be able to sit there and, use the leverage to press charge. Because if he doesn't comply, we're gonna hopefully the cops will be here too, and he's gonna have to leave 100%. Because if mom presses the fucking charges, he'll get under arrest and he'll go back to jail until court time. Court time could be up to like a couple of weeks if he doesn't comply. And I'll tell him, so you gotta comply. Get your stuff. You got $600. You got your debit card and that. If you want to go out and do what the fuck you want to do and leave mom with no money, that's fine. I don't give a shit. Because I'll just help I'll work another job and I'll pay for it. Your other sons will help. Camera fucking went off, damn it. I like scenarios and stuff because there's a lot to learn from these situations. So where I'm getting at with this, I hope it happens in this way, which I'm sure it probably will. I'm sure they're going to go out. They're going to call. They're going to say, he's been released. How you want to do this? And I'll definitely tell my mom, I want a cop here. I want a car here. I want him to be... I basically want a police assistance until he leaves the premises. so I know that I'm safe, so I know that he's not going to do anything, try to manipulate my son or try to manipulate me or try to say all this bullshit that I want him to just fucking be gone. And it's a life lesson. I say if you know anyone that has this type of disorder that thinks they don't do anything wrong in that and they can be abusive, they need help. 100% fucking help. They need counseling. They need to be able to not be so aggressive and not be based upon, such hateful emotions. I understand you gotta like be negative sometimes. Negative sometimes telling someone that they're wrong is fine. But being negative all the time and saying everything's wrong and you're right, more or less, that's a problem. You gotta, figure it out. Okay, well, I'll let you guys go. That was enough talk.